Imagine the possibilities. Imagine the possibilities. A Puerto Rican and Cuban girl raised in a family, combined with love and crazy personalities that only those closest can understand. Values and beliefs that strengthen a young girl and emphasize the importance of becoming an independent woman with a fairly minimal threat of the chancla. A daughter whose mother's strength surpasses that of all superheroes combined. And a father whose wisdom guides the young woman through establishing goals in life, yet understands if the shoe fits, she's gonna buy it in every color, whether it's in the budget or not. Imagine the possibilities of a young girl whose family supports the tiniest of dreams from the youngest of ages. They know of her passions of becoming a bossy teacher, like those teachers who modeled for her daily. Lecturing the young neighborhood kids in her makeshift classroom created by her dad in the garage, equipped with desks and a whiteboard. Listening to her teach the neighborhood kids her 5th grade vocabulary words to kindergartners as they fumble to understand the word perseverance. Not knowing that one word, perseverance, will set the tone for that young girl's life. Imagine the possibilities of a student who's best described on her report cards as the talker, the socialite, the sweet girl who, if she could just focus on her studies the way she does socializing, the one that despite her behavior, piles of referrals, frequent flyer status at lunch and after-school detentions, and in-school suspension, portable, knew she wanted to be a teacher. A young girl inspired by many, but discouraged by most of her teachers, who won't see the possibilities in this student, despite her taking classes in the morning before middle school at the high school and summer courses just to graduate early. Imagine this young girl wondering, how the hell could it happen to her when she was the one who lectured all her friends about not getting pregnant, and a year later, learning the consequences for not listening to her own advice and officially becoming a statistic. Sitting in her 9th grade counselor's office, discussing credits and goals to graduate early, but this time with a sense of urgency. And as she sits in the guidance counselor's office, the best advice she is given is to drop out and get a GED. So she does. Imagine that young girl at the age of 16, sitting in a classroom at the local community college, determined to get it right, even all that she has is a GED. She will set out to accomplish all these dreams and not let being a teenage mother define her opportunities. Married and divorced by 19, working 2 jobs, going to school full-time, and balancing life as a teenage mom, her perseverance will open doors to limitless opportunities. With 1 degree down, an associate's in arts degree from Valencia Community College, she is that much closer to a bachelor's degree. Hashtag GED to associate's degree. Imagine that young girl walking across the stage at the University of Central Florida to pick up that bachelor's degree she set out to attain despite everything statistics and people said about it being impossible. Meeting her family after the ceremony and feeling a sense of relief and pride because she finally gets to tell her parents and her daughter, I'm a college graduate. There's more. Hashtag GED to bachelor's degree. Imagine the possibilities of her interviewing for her first job, hoping to get 3rd grade, only to be assigned kindergarten. The horror stories she hears as she's about to teach those kindergartners in college aren't all that true, and she's feeling she's exactly where she needs to be. And at the end of the year, she gets pulled into the principal's office, story of her life, where she will be told she is not being invited back. She will question if this is truly her path. Imagine the possibilities when her former assistant principal at that elementary school becomes the principal and calls her in for an interview. She's so excited she doesn't even ask what grade she's going to teach. And as she pulls into the parking lot and she sees the sign, Jackson Middle School, she slowly prepares to walk in to tell him, thanks, but no thanks. I can't teach middle school. She has no idea her life is about to change forever. Those 9 years at Jackson Middle School will be the best years of her life. She will learn so much from her students, colleagues, and leaders. She will be forever grateful to Dr. Miller for not letting her walk out of that interview that day with a no, but more so for seeing in her what others didn't, and at that time, even herself. During those 9 years, she'll work 3 to 5 jobs at one time while going to school full-time to acquire her master's in TESOL at Nova Southeastern University. Shortly after, her principal, Dr. Eddie Ruiz, knowing her passion for language learning, will encourage her to apply for a group study abroad in Botswana, Africa. It will inspire her to return to school again to UCF and acquire a graduate certificate in global, international, and comparative education. It will be a humbling and unforgettable experience that will leave a lasting impression on her. Hashtag GED to master's degree. Imagine the possibilities of her sitting in the former superintendent's office of Seminole County, Dr. Walt Griffin, who was once her assistant principal who processed all her disciplinary referrals. But this time, there's no referral. He is asking her to share her future goals. And she says, transform educators. He'll encourage her to seek her educational leadership degree, and she'll brush it off and she'll say, not even a thought on my mind. Imagine the possibilities. 2 years later, degree number 4, an educational specialist in educational leadership, once again from Nova Southeastern University. Only to realize very quickly what a cool hashtag it would be to finally say, hashtag GED to doctoral degree. After being turned down once, she'll apply again to the University of Florida, where she will begin her doctoral degree in curriculum instruction in the Teachers, Schools, and Society program. If you haven't figured it out by now, that young girl is me. I persevered through both opportunities, despite whether they were negative or positive. And of course, it wouldn't be possible without many people in this room, but most importantly, my mother. The one who always said anything's possible. My partner in crime, my ride or die, shopping and traveling the world together. My angel. It is because of the endless possibilities and strength you always believe I had that I made it this far. She heard this speech several years ago in a different version when I thought she would be sitting here in the audience. She's still here, just in a different seat, how she always described it. On that fluffy cloud with her feet dangling, smiling down on me. What are your students telling you about their dreams? And if they're not telling you, you should be asking them. What will you say or do to help your students aspire to reach their fullest potential and break down all the barriers and statistics they may carry? Leaders, what possibilities will you provide to your teachers to motivate and encourage them to become teacher leaders? I'm standing before you ready to inspire the possibilities of students, leaders, and my own daughter, who has made me so proud and has gone from being an AVID student to now being an AVID teacher. She's a participant here with us at the Orlando Summer Institute. Amaryllis, can you please stand so we can give you some sparkles? You are now my rock, and I couldn't do this without you. I may not have been an AVID student, but I'm an AVID educator. I believe in the system that's changing lives one statistic at a time. This system is opening doors for students despite the obstacles life may put in their path. I'm grateful and I'm blessed for the opportunities, as you all are now the reason that fuel my why and lead the mission in your classrooms every day. I thank you all for continuing this mission and motivating kids to see past the statistics of their own story so that they can imagine the possibilities, because you have guided them to make it their reality. Thank you.